Without doubt, one of the biggest royal scandals in recent years, and one that caused great heartache, distress, worry and anxiety to our wonderful Princess of Wales, Princess Catherine. But now seemingly everything's been, well, shall we say, swept under the carpet, or has it? As ever, let me explain. Morning, lovely to see you today, and as ever a wonderful setting behind me, this beautiful garden church, which was visited, by the way, I think about 18 months ago now, by the Queen Camilla. She then was, of course, not actually, I don't know if she was Queen at that point. Wonderful day though, I have to be honest and say, and this is the thing about the royals, they visit and suddenly these places flourish because they become tourist attractions. People do want to come and see, and the Garden Museum is in the centre of Lambeth. It's a beautiful place, let me tell you, all things gardening, but great to look around this church as well, which is full of history, as you can imagine, so close to Lambeth Palace, and of course all the things that have gone on before. Secrets, eh? Now some might say secrets are of course abound in this latest story, simply because, as we know, Catherine the Princess of Wales was forced, whichever way you look at it, into making that particular video, in which of course she had to detail to us, her subjects and the rest of the world, the Commonwealth, all about the problems that she'd encountered since the original surgery. Now, as I said to you before, I found that really an invasion of privacy, because nobody really wants to talk about their innermost medical matters. You might do it to your close friends, you know, family, but certainly not to the world. As we found out, it was a fait accompli, and I told you this at the time, simply because, of course, what had happened was they were worried that those particular medical records could have got out into the public domain. Now, one might say, well, yes, but they couldn't publish them. Not in the United Kingdom, but certain people were aware that that was the possibility. This has caused irreparable damage to the London Clinic, in the very heart of London. It's a famed place for where you go for literally the very best medical care. You pay heavily though, and so one would suspect that your medical records would retain within the privacy of the hospital. Seemingly not. Now, as we all know, there were 3 people involved so far, 3 active investigations. And what's happened is this, that the London Clinic are now basically saying it's resulted in a private matter. But it's interesting to note that over here in the United Kingdom, particularly the mainstream media, they're looking for blood, you know, because they believe that these people should be exposed. Now, this puts the hospital, as ever we have to say, allegedly, in a very difficult position, because this could be detrimental to ongoing bookings, to people's secrecy, to, of course, the privacy of their ongoing guests. I would suspect that they're going to have to put someone forward to say that this was the culprit. They're hoping, of course, that they will simply be forgotten about and it will be dealt with as a private matter. What is interesting, I've been told from a very good source, is that the Princess of Wales has simply drawn a line under it, and we must respect her wishes. It must be terrible knowing that those people around you could not be trusted as you very first thought in your darkest hour. Either way, right now for the London Clinic, it is very problematic, but one with a story that's simply not going away. This has proved incredibly damaging, and interesting to note that while they said nobody was looking into the medical records of His Majesty the King while he was staying at the hospital at the same time, I've been told that actually wasn't the case. Interesting development, don't you think? So clearly somebody there felt they could make a fast buck, and more importantly cause more anxiety, stress and worry to 2 senior members of the British monarchy in what might people say would be their very darkest hour. Either way, the London Clinic has a lot of explaining to do, and simply hiding away without a formal statement or indeed an apology from the CEO, well, it's going to prove problematic, I believe, moving forward. As ever, what do you believe though? Do you think it's the right way or the wrong way to deal with such a sensitive subject? As ever, I'd always love to know your comments in the comments below, and please like and share if you can. Neil Sean in the very heart of Lambeth.